The rain hammered against the window like 1,000 tiny fists, each drop echoing my exhaustion after a 12-hour shift at the hospital. I stumbled into my cramped Brooklyn apartment, the scent of damp concrete and leftover takeout hitting me like a wave. My keys clattered onto the kitchen counter, and I kicked off my soaked sneakers, feeling the cold tile bite into my socks. All I wanted was a hot bath to wash away the day's chaos. The beeping monitors, the frantic shouts in the ER, the blood that never seemed to come out from under my nails. I was Alex, a 28-year-old nurse who'd seen too much suffering, and tonight I just needed to drown it all out. Pushing open the bathroom door, steam already fogged the mirror, which was weird because I hadn't turned on the water yet. The tub was full, bubbles lazily popping on the surface, and there, lounging like he owned the place, was a man. Pale skin glowing under the dim bulb, dark hair slicked back, eyes like polished obsidian staring right at me. He didn't flinch, didn't splash, just smiled, fangs peeking out ever so slightly. "What the fuck?" I yelped, my heart slamming against my ribs like it wanted out. I grabbed the nearest thing, a plunger, and held it like a bat. "Who the hell are you? How'd you get in here?" He chuckled, a low, velvety sound that vibrated through the steam, sending an unwelcome shiver down my spine. "Easy there, hero. Name's Elias. And before you swing that thing, no, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just relaxing." He stretched his arms along the tub's edge, water rippling softly, his muscles flexing under that impossibly smooth skin. "Relaxing? In my bathtub? Get out before I call the cops." My voice cracked, adrenaline mixing with the fatigue, making my knees wobble. But he didn't move. Instead, he tilted his head, those eyes locking onto mine, pulling me in like a tide. "Cops? For a vampire taking a soak? Come on, Alex. You've seen worse in your line of work." How did he know my name? My pulse thundered in my ears, the steam carrying a faint metallic tang, like old pennies mixed with lavender from my bath salts. Vampire? Bullshit. I stepped closer despite myself, the plunger lowering an inch. He looked human enough except for those fangs, sharp, real. No costume teeth here. "Prove it." With a sigh that fogged the air further, he lifted a hand, and in a blur too fast for my eyes, he was holding my wallet, pulled from my jacket pocket across the room. Telekinesis? Or just fast fingers? He tossed it back and I caught it clumsily. "I'm harmless, I swear. Only bite when asked." Nicely. That was the hook. The maverick vampire in my tub, claiming peace while exuding danger. And the conflict? Me standing there, torn between kicking him out and this inexplicable pull, like gravity had shifted. Why wasn't I running? Why did his voice wrap around me like a warm blanket in the cold rain? I sank onto the toilet lid, the porcelain cool against my jeans. Why my place? Why me? Elias's expression softened, a flicker of something ancient and sad in his eyes. "Your apartment's got good vibes. Old building, thick walls, blocks out the city noise. And you smell like life. Blood, sweat, compassion. It's intoxicating." He paused, the water lapping gently as he shifted. "Been watching you for weeks. Not in a creepy way, just from afar." Watching me. Anger flared, hot and sharp, but underneath, a spark of curiosity ignited. No one had ever watched me like that. My last boyfriend dumped me because I was too emotional, too tied to my job. Now this? Yeah. Saw you save that kid in the alley last month. CPR on a stranger. Heroic. His voice dropped, husky, like whiskey over ice. "I'm tired of the monster life, Alex. Centuries of hiding, feeding in shadows. I want normal. A bath. Conversation. Maybe more if you're game." The air thickened, charged with unspoken tension. I could hear my own breathing, ragged, sinking with the drip-drip from the faucet. His scent, cool earth after rain, mixed with my soap, wafted over, making my head spin. Was this fear or something else? "Fine," I muttered, surprising myself. "Stay. But one wrong move, and you're dust." I didn't believe in vampires, not really. But as he grinned, those fangs glinting, doubt crept in like fog. That night we talked. Hours bled into dawn as I sat on the floor, back against the tub, him lounging like a king. He spun tales of 19th century Paris, the roar of revolutions, the whisper of silk gowns in ballrooms. His laughter echoed off the tiles, deep and genuine, pulling smiles from me despite the absurdity. I shared my stories too, the orphan kid who became a nurse to fix what broke him young. The way patient's last breaths haunted my dreams. By morning, the water had cooled, but the heat between us simmered. "You should get out," I said, voice thick. He stood, water cascading down his body, lean, sculpted, unashamed. I averted my eyes, cheeks burning, but not before catching the tattoo on his chest. A wilted rose, thorns dripping ink like blood. "Towel?" he asked, amusement lacing his tone. I tossed one over, our fingers brushing. Electricity shot through me, a gasp escaping my lips. His eyes darkened, pupils dilating. "Careful, Alex." That felt like an invitation. I swallowed hard, the room spinning. What was happening? This stranger, this creature, had crashed into my life, and instead of fear, I felt alive, pulsing, wanting. Days blurred. Elias didn't leave. He slept in the tub during daylight, claiming it reminded him of coffins but comfier. I come home to find him reading my books, his long fingers tracing pages, or cooking, "Wait, vampires cook? Blood sausage for me, pasta for you," he'd say with a wink, the sizzle of garlic, irony noted, filling the air. Our chemistry crackled like live wires. Stolen glances across the room, his cool hand on my shoulder after a rough shift, easing the knots with unnatural strength. One night, thunder rumbling outside, we sat on the couch, rain pattering like applause. "Why Harmless now?" I asked, voice barely above the storm. He sighed, a long, weary exhale that carried centuries. "Lost someone, a lover back in the 1920s. Turned him, thinking it'd be forever. But he couldn't handle the hunger. Ended it with a stake." His voice cracked, eyes glistening. Not with tears, but something deeper, like shadowed pools. "Swore off violence after that. Only feed from willing donors. Or animals if desperate." I reached out, my hand on his knee, feeling the chill through his jeans. "I'm sorry." The words hung, heavy. He covered my hand with his thumb, circling softly, sending warmth, ironic, through me. "Alex," he murmured, leaning closer, breath cool on my skin. "You make me feel human again." Our lips met, tentative at first, then hungry. His tasted like mint and eternity, fangs grazing but not piercing. I pulled back, gasping, heart racing like a drum solo. "Only when you ask," he whispered, eyes locked on mine, promising restraint amid the storm. But storms brew conflicts. My best friend, Jamie, showed up unannounced one evening. Jamie, loud, loyal, a fellow nurse with a sixth sense for bullshit. "Who's the hot goth guy?" he demanded, eyeing Elias suspiciously as he lounged on the couch, flipping through Netflix. "Elias, roommate, sort of." I stammered, the lie tasting bitter. Jamie's eyes narrowed, the clink of his beer bottle on the table sharp. "Roommate? Since when? And why does he look like he stepped out of a Twilight fanfic?" Elias chuckled, but Jamie pressed. "Dude, you're glowing. What's the deal?" As the night wore on, Jamie's jokes turned probing. "He doesn't eat. Watches you like prey." Tension coiled, the air thick with unspoken accusations. Elias excused himself to the bathroom, water running to mask our whispers. "Alex, this guy's off. I ran a check, no records. Like he doesn't exist." Jamie's voice dropped, concern etching his face. "Be careful." I brushed it off, but seeds of doubt sprouted. Who was Elias really? Harmless? Or a predator in disguise? That night, alone in bed, Elias slipped in beside me, cool body against my warmth. "Trouble with your friend?" he asked, fingers tracing my arm, raising goosebumps. Maybe. I turned, our faces inches apart. The city lights filtered through curtains, casting shadows on his features. Tell me the truth. All of it. He hesitated, breath hitching, a rare vulnerability. There's more. I'm not just hiding from the world. I'm hiding from them. Them? My heart skipped. Other vampires. A clan. They want me back. Think I'm weak for going soft. His voice trembled, a whisper against my ear. If they find me here, they'll come for you too. Fear gripped me, cold as his skin, but beneath it, resolve. Then we fight. Our kiss deepened, passionate, desperate. Fangs nipped my lip accidentally, a drop of blood blooming. He pulled back, eyes wide with horror. Sorry, but I leaned in. Bite, if you want. The words escaped, bold, reckless. He did, gently, the pain blooming into ecstasy. The world faded to our ragged breaths, the metallic tang, the rush of connection. In that moment, Harmless felt like a lie. We were both dangerous, entwined. The next morning hit like a hangover without the booze. Sunlight pierced the blinds, stabbing my eyes, and my neck throbbed where Elias had bitten. Not deep, just enough to leave a mark like a hickey from hell. I touched it gingerly, the skin tender, a faint bruise blooming under my fingers. Elias was gone from bed, but the scent of fresh coffee wafted from the kitchen, mingled with the sizzle of bacon. Vampires and breakfast? The absurdity made me chuckle, a shaky sound in the quiet apartment. I padded out, barefoot on the creaky wood floors, to find him at the stove, shirtless, his back a canvas of old scars, faint lines like whispers from battles long past. Morning, lover, he said without turning, his voice a smooth baritone that still sent flutters through my chest. Figured you'd need fuel after last night. Last night. I trailed off, leaning against the doorframe, the warmth from the stove contrasting his cool presence. Flashes hit me. The bite, the rush, the way our bodies had tangled like we'd been waiting centuries. Was that safe? He plated the food, turning with a plate in hand, his eyes soft but guarded. For you? Yes. I control it. No turning, no draining. Just intimacy. He set the plate down, pulling me into a hug. His skin was cool, like marble kissed by morning dew, but his embrace felt like home. You asked, remember? I nodded, burying my face in his neck, inhaling that earthy scent. I did, and I'd ask again. The words hung, charged, as we ate in companionable silence, the clink of forks punctuating stolen glances. Chemistry simmered, a slow burn that made everyday moments electric. But doubt lingered, courtesy of Jamie's warnings. Work that day was a blur. Patients groaning, machines beeping relentlessly, the sterile smell of antiseptic clinging to my scrubs. During break, Jamie cornered me in the lounge, coffee steaming in his hand like a prop in a drama. Spill, Alex. That guy's got you hooked. What's his story? I sighed, long and heavy, stirring my own coffee absent-mindedly. He's different, but good for me. Jamie's eyes narrowed, the hum of the vending machine filling the pause. Different how? Like, serial killer different. He leaned in, voice dropping. I dug deeper. No social media, no address history. Poof, ghost. He's not a ghost, I snapped, louder than intended. Heads turned from nearby tables. Just private. But inside, turmoil churned. Was Elias hiding more? That evening, back home, the apartment felt heavier. Elias greeted me with a kiss, but I pulled back slightly. We need to talk. The words tasted like ash. He nodded, leading me to the couch. The city buzzed outside, horns blaring, distant sirens wailing like omens. About the clan? His fingers intertwined with mine, cool and steady. Yeah, and why you're really here. I met his gaze, searching those obsidian depths. Jamie thinks you're trouble. Elias laughed, but it was bitter, echoing hollowly. Jamie's right to worry. The clan, they're old school. Eternal life through fear, domination. I left after Marcus. His voice cracked on the name, a pause heavy with ghosts. My lover, the one I turned. He begged me to end it when the hunger consumed him. I did, with my own hands. Tears welled in my eyes, unbidden. I squeezed his hand. That's awful. The image hit me. Elias, stake in hand, the crunch of wood meeting flesh, the final gasp. But why my tub? Why now? Fate or desperation? He shrugged, but his eyes betrayed pain. I sensed your loneliness, mirroring mine. Thought maybe we could heal each other. The vulnerability cracked something in me. I kissed him, fierce, pouring emotion into it. Our bodies pressed close, breaths mingling in ragged sync. Then let's try. But as we lost ourselves, a knock shattered the moment. Sharp, insistent. Jamie stood at the door, face stormy. We need to talk. Alone. Elias excused himself with a tense nod, retreating to the bathroom, water running like a barrier. Jamie's words tumbled out. I followed him last night. Saw him in an alley feeding on a rat. Dude's a freak. Shock iced my veins. Rat? Not human, but still. It's not what you think, I whispered, but doubt festered. After Jamie left, confrontation brewed. Rats? Elias? Really? He emerged, towel around his waist, droplets tracing paths down his chest. Better than people. I told you, harmless. His voice was defensive, a edge like cracking ice. But hiding it? From me. Anger flared, hot tears stinging. We argued, voices rising over the hum of the fridge, words like daggers. You waltz in, claim my space, my heart, then secrets? I'm protecting you, he roared, fangs flashing. The room fell silent, breaths heavy. Then softer, I love you, Alex. That's the truth. Love. The word hung, a twist in the air. I stepped closer, anger melting into need. Prove it. Our reconciliation was passionate, bodies crashing like waves, moans echoing off walls. But in the afterglow, lying tangled, I wondered, was love enough against the shadows? Enter the subplot, an unexpected visitor that deepened the chaos. 2 nights later, as thunder growled outside, rain lashing windows like accusations, a woman appeared at my door. Tall, ethereal, with skin like porcelain and eyes red as embers. Where is he? She demanded, voice a silken threat. Who? I stalled, heart pounding. Elias, my brother. Brother? Twist hit like lightning. She pushed past, the scent of decay and roses following. Elias emerged, tense. Lila, what are you doing here? Clan sent me. You're missed, brother. Her smile was predatory, fangs gleaming. Come home, or we take your pet. Pet? Fury boiled. He's not going anywhere. The standoff crackled. Lila's hiss, Elias's growl, my pulse thundering. She laughed, a chilling sound. Mortals, so fragile. With a blur, she was gone, leaving threats lingering like smoke. Elias turned to me, face ashen. She's my sister, turned together centuries ago. But she's loyal to the clan. This complicates things. Complicates? Understatement. That night, we planned, whispers in the dark, his cool breath on my neck. We run, or fight? Fight, I said, resolve stealing. But fear gnawed, the creak of the building like warnings. Chemistry peaked in stolen moments. His hands on my waist, lips trailing fire despite the chill. You're my anchor, he murmured during one heated embrace. The bed creaking under us, city lights flickering like stars. Yet drama escalated. Jamie, sensing trouble, dug deeper, uncovering old news clippings. Mysterious deaths linked to a pale stranger matching Elias's description. He's killed, Alex. Run. Confrontation exploded. Is it true? I shoved the printouts at him, tears streaming. Elias crumpled, sinking to the floor. Long ago, before I changed. I was a monster then. His sob was raw, echoing my pain. But with you, I'm better. Forgiveness came slow, in quiet touches, sighs of reconciliation. We all have pasts, I whispered, holding him as he trembled, vulnerable, human in his immortality. The twist deepened with Lila's return. Not alone. Shadows gathered, the clan circling. One night, ambush. Vampires crashing through windows, glass shattering like thunder. Fights erupted, Elias's blur of motion, my improvised stakes from chair legs. Blood mine, there's splattered metallic tang thick. In the melee, Lila hesitated, eyes on Elias. Brother, why fight us? Because I choose love, he growled, shielding me. A bite, hers on my arm, pain searing. Elias roared, staking her. Not fatal, but enough to flee. Run! We escaped into the night. Rain soaking us, breaths ragged. Hiding in a motel, wounds bandaged, we clung. She'll heal, he said, guilt lacing his voice. But the clan won't stop. Then we end it. Determination burned. Our love, forged in fire, felt unbreakable. But whispers of doubt. Was I becoming like him? The bite on my arm throbbed. A promise or curse? The motel room reeked of stale cigarettes and desperation. The neon sign outside buzzing like an angry hornet, casting erratic red glows through threadbare curtains. I paced the worn carpet, my arm bandaged where Lila had bitten. Not deep enough to turn me, Elias assured, but the ache pulsed like a heartbeat, a constant reminder of the chaos we'd fled. Elias sat on the sagging bed, head in hands, his usual poise cracked like old porcelain. This is my fault, he muttered, voice muffled, carrying the weight of centuries. I stopped, kneeling before him, lifting his chin. His eyes, usually so piercing, were dulled with regret. No, we chose this. Together, our foreheads touched, breaths mingling in the humid air. A soft sigh from him, warm despite his chill. The chemistry, even in hiding, sparked like embers in dry tinder. But the clan loomed, shadows lengthening. We needed a plan. What if we go to them? I suggested, the words tasting bold. Reckless. Negotiate, or fight on our terms. Elias's laugh was bitter, echoing off peeling walls. Negotiate with vampires? They're predators, Alex. No mercy. Yet his hand cupped my cheek, thumb tracing my jaw, sending shivers. But for you, I'd try anything. That night, passion reignited amid fear. Bodies entwined on scratchy sheets, moans drowned by the rumble of trucks outside. His fangs grazed my skin, teasing, restraint trembling in his touch. Ask, he whispered, voice husky. Bite? I gasped, and he did, ecstasy flooding, bonding us deeper. In the afterglow, sweat cooling, he confessed more. The clan leader, Victor, he sired us. Lila and me. Thinks emotion is weakness. His fingers traced my spine, each touch a story. I ran because I couldn't be that anymore. Dawn brought unexpected depth. A call from Jamie. Where are you? Cops at your place. Break-in reported. His voice cracked with worry, the line humming with static. I'm safe, but I need help. Admitting it stung. Jamie arrived hours later, duffel bag in hand. Stakes, holy water, myths, but why not? Face set in determination. If this guy's worth it, I'm in. The subplot twisted. Jamie, the skeptic, became ally, adding layers to our fraying tapestry. Together, we plotted in the motel, maps spread on the table, coffee steaming like war councils. Jamie's jokes lightened the mood. Vampire in a tub? Sounds like a bad porno, but tension coiled, the tick of the wall clock like a countdown. Elias opened up, more vulnerability raw. I was human once, a painter in Victorian London. Victor found me dying of consumption, offered eternity. His sigh was long, carrying fog of memories. But eternity alone is hell. I held him, the room's hum fading. Not alone anymore. Chemistry surged, but drama lurked. Lila's betrayal stung Elias deepest. "She's family," he whispered one night, rain pattering like tears on the window. Twist struck like venom. A note slipped under the door, Lila's handwriting. "Meet me, alone, or he dies." My heart plummeted, the paper crinkling in my fist. "Don't go," Elias begged, eyes wide. But I did, driven by love's folly. The abandoned warehouse loomed, wind howling through broken panes, glass crunching underfoot. Lila waited, silhouette against moonlight, scent of decay thick. "Why?" I demanded, voice echoing. "For him. To save him from you." Her eyes softened unexpectedly. "Mortals weaken us. But I see his happiness." Twist deepened. She wasn't enemy, but torn sister. Victor's coming. Run. Betrayal? Or redemption? We fled, but too late. Clan ambushed the motel. Chaos erupted. Fangs flashing, bodies blurring, grunts and thuds filling the air. Jamie staked one, wood splintering with a sickening crack. Elias fought like a storm, protecting me. I took a hit, claw across my chest, pain blooming hot, blood soaking my shirt. Elias's roar shook the walls. "No!" He dispatched the attacker, cradling me, cool hands stemming the flow. "Stay with me." Jamie's voice, distant. "Hospital now." But Elias bit his wrist, offering blood. "It'll heal you, but it might change you." Choice hung, breaths ragged. "Do it." The taste, coppery, electric, surged through me, wounds knitting with fiery intensity. Power flickered, vision sharpening, heart racing then steadying. We escaped, Jamie driving wildly, tires screeching on wet pavement. Hiding in an old church, ironic sanctuary, the aftereffects hit. Strength coursed, but hunger stirred, a whisper in my veins. "What am I?" I gasped, mirroring Elias's gaze. "Hybrid, half mortal. My blood bonds us." His kiss was desperate, fangs nipping, our connection amplifying, emotions crashing like waves. Drama peaked with Victor's pursuit. Messages taunted. "You can't hide forever." Paranoia set in, every shadow suspect, the creak of floors like footsteps. Subplot bloomed, Jamie's secret. "I'm gay too, you know." Never said. Seeing you fight for love inspires. Depth added, friendship strengthening our resolve. One stormy night, confrontation brewed. Victor arrived, a towering figure with eyes like voids, voice booming like thunder. "Elias, my son, return." Elias stood firm, hand in mine. "No, I choose freedom." Battle raged. Blurs of motion, crashes echoing, blood splattering like rain. Lila appeared, switching sides, staking a clansman. "For family," she hissed. In the fray, Victor lunged at me. Elias intercepted, stake piercing his side. Agony ripping a scream from him. "Run!" But I fought back, hybrid strength surging, driving across, myth busted? No, just wood into Victor's chest. He crumbled, dust swirling in wind. Victory? But Elias collapsed, wound grievous. "Healing slow," he gasped, blood pooling. Panic clawed. "Bite me. Take what you need." He did, weakly, our bond pulsing. Lila helped, her blood aiding. "Thank you," she whispered, a tear, vampire's cry, trailing. As he mended, emotion swung. Relief, love, fear of the new me. "We're monsters now?" I asked, voice trembling. "No," Elias murmured, pulling me close. "We're survivors." The church bells tolled distantly, a somber soundtrack to our embrace. But twists lingered, my changes. Heightened senses, the hum of electricity in walls, sense amplified. Hunger nipped, but Elias guided. "Control it, like I do." Jamie's acceptance sealed the alliance. "You too." Epic. Laughter broke tension, a rare light in darkness. As days passed, we rebuilt. New identities moving to a quiet town. Chemistry evolved. Intimate moments under stars. His cool touch igniting fire. Whispers of forever. Yet the clan remnants whispered threats. Lila joined us, redemption arc unfolding. I want what you have, she confessed one dusk. Voice soft over crackling fire. Drama simmered in adjustments. My job lost. New life as night shift something. Emotions oscillated. Joy in love, sorrow for lost normalcy. One evening, Elias proposed not marriage but eternity. Turn fully or stay hybrid? Choice loomed, heart pounding. I want you, always. Our kiss sealed it, fangs meeting in promise. But high drama awaited, the final twist. Victor's essence lingered, a curse transferring in death. Visions haunted Elias. Past kills Marcus's plea. It's eating me, he confessed, trembling in my arms. We sought answers, old lore from Lila's contacts. Ritual needed, blood exchange under full moon, risking all. Tension built, the moon's glow bathing us in silver. If it fails, Elias trailed. It won't. Faith burned. The exchange, bites simultaneous, blood mingling, pain ecstatic. Visions shared. His past, my fears, forging unbreakable bond. Curse shattered, Elias gasping in relief. Free. Freedom tasted like the crisp night air, laced with pine from the forest surrounding our new hideaway. A cabin tucked in upstate New York, far from Brooklyn's chaos. The full moon hung low, its light filtering through leaves rustling like applause for our victory. Elias stood on the porch, healed and whole, his silhouette strong against the starry backdrop. I joined him, my hybrid senses picking up the distant hoot of an owl, the scamper of small feet in underbrush. It's over, I whispered, slipping my hand into his, the coolness familiar, comforting. He turned, eyes reflecting moonlight like diamonds. Because of you. Our kiss was slow, deep, breaths sinking in the quiet. A sigh from me, a murmur from him. Chemistry had evolved from spark to inferno. Now a steady flame warming the eternal night. But endings demand reflection. Lila had stayed, her presence adding unexpected family. I'll scout for remnants, she said over breakfast. Blood for them, eggs for me. The sizzle of the pan mingling with dawn's birdsong. You too deserve peace. Jamie visited often, his car crunching gravel, bringing normalcy. Beers, stories, laughter echoing off log walls. From tub vampire to this? Hollywood material, he'd joke, but his eyes held pride. You fought for love. Inspires me to come out at work. Depth rippled, our story touching others. My changes settled. Hunger managed with Elias's guidance. Bites intimate rituals strengthening us. Only when you ask. He'd tease, fangs glinting playfully. Drama's echoes faded, but high climax loomed in subtle ways. One night, a dream, Victor's voice whispering doubts. You'll turn monster. I woke gasping, sweat beading, Elias soothing with cool hands. You're not. We're better. Resolution built to inspiration. We started a network, helping rogue vampires go harmless, sharing stories online anonymously. Elias's tales, my medical know-how, guiding lost souls. From predator to protector, he said, voice proud over keyboard clicks. Twist resolved in peace, but emotions swung. Joy in purpose, sorrow for lost humanity. Do you regret? Elias asked one twilight, fire crackling in the hearth, shadows dancing. Never. Truth rang clear. Our love, forged in fire, inspired resilience. The grand climax arrived unannounced. A clan remnant attack, testing our haven. Alarms blared, motion sensors we'd installed, the night erupting in snarls and thuds. Elias blurred into action, staking with precision. I joined, hybrid speed matching with splintering, dust exploding. Lila fought fierce, redeeming fully. Jamie, visiting, wielded a crossbow, bolt whizzing, hitting true. Not just a nurse anymore, he yelled over the fray. In the heart, the leader lunged at Elias. I intercepted, bite sinking into his neck, draining just enough power surging. He crumbled, final gasp echoing. Victory sealed in dust settling, breaths heavy. "It's done," Elias panted, pulling me close, bloodied but alive. In the aftermath, under dawn's glow, we stood united. "We chose love over fear," I said, voice steady. "That's our power." Elias nodded, eyes shining. "And it inspires change." Lila hugged us, Jamie clapping backs. The message crystallized. In darkness, love illuminates, turning monsters into heroes. As months passed, our life bloomed, travels under stars, bites shared in passion, laughter filling silences. Elias painted again, canvases vivid with our story. I wrote, words flowing like blood. One anniversary of the tub meeting, we recreated him in bubbles, me entering surprised. "Harmless," I teased. "Only bites when asked." His grin, fangs peeking. "Then ask. Our union eternal." The end whispered hope. No matter the shadows, love conquers, inspiring all to embrace their truth.